Go! Run out, cover! Down! Stay cover three.
Last August, the Elizabeth High School football team started preparing for a quest toward a state championship. Also in their minds is a shot at the Star Ledger Trophy, which is awarded to New Jersey's top-ranked team. The Minutemen were ranked 5th in the Star Ledger preseason poll and returned 18 seniors from last year's 7-2 campaign. The 87 Minutemen employed a new split-back offense that would enable senior quarterback Raymond Graham utilize his speed and strong arm. Graham, junior Rashid Thomas, and senior Moses Ergel would play key roles in the new Veer offense's success. Senior co-captains Danny Wansaw and Sean McLean would lead a strong, hard-hitting defense. Head coach Jerry Moore and his assistants worked the Minutemen hard throughout preseason practices. Offensive coordinator Bill Von Bisch developed an offense that totaled 1,295 yards and averaged 28 points per game. Assistant coaches Tim McManus and Charlie Beam played major roles in making the Minutemen offense one of the most explosive in the state. Defensive coordinator Jim O'Halloran, along with assistants Ted Worster and Ron Pacina, molded a defense that gave up only 7 points a game. Moore predicted that the 87 Minutemen could be the best football team he has coached in his long, successful career. On September 9th, the Minutemen would have to face a major obstacle that would dim the hopes of a championship season. Some 2,000 teachers in Elizabeth went on strike, forcing the Minutemen to forfeit their first 2 games. There were mixed feelings about the strike. Nevertheless, the Minutemen were forced to start the season with 2 forfeit losses against Watchung Conference foes they probably would have easily beaten.
Because I have a chance to get a scholarship to college, I have no way going to class. They're asking me how I'm doing in school. I'm not in school, And I wish the teachers, I wish the Board of Education just give the teachers their money.
So how do you feel about the strike?
Well, we really don't give a hoot. We feel fine. This is like another summer added on.
I think this strike, it's just terrible because I'm in my senior year and I'm missing out on everything.
Be a senior next year, and this is not the education I need to get into college.
I think it's a shame that the mayor and the Board of Education are not paying these teachers the raises that they're asking for.
The agreement was if a couple of my assistant coaches came across the line and broke the strike line and all the kids were in school, then we would be allowed to play our games. And that was the deal. We held up our part. The coaches and the team held up their part. But for some reason, the other people didn't.
The 26-day strike was finally over, and the Minutemen were ready to take their aggression out on the football field. Aggressive is a word that suits the play of the Minutemen defense, led by co-captains Sean McLean and Danny Wansaw. Opposing ball carriers would pay for every yard they gained on the field. Wansaw finished the year with a team-leading 58 tackles, while McLean came up with 28 stops. They say football games are won and lost in the trenches. The Minutemen defensive front won more of their share than battles against their opposing offensive lines. Led by nose guard Jeff Thomas, the Elizabeth defensive line showed that they were one of the hardest hitting units in the state. His 46 tackles placed him second on the team. Two-way tackles Jesse Vickers and Darrell Lowe split time on the defensive line, but never missed a beat getting to the ball carrier. Defensive tackle Bill Papetis displayed strength and quickness as he chased down runners and created havoc in the opponent's backfield. Defensive end Ken Vaughn showed his ability to rush the quarterback and stop the opponent's passing game while coming up with 24 tackles. Vaughn was equally adept in the offensive backfield, where he came up with good runs in key situations. Derek Williams contributed fine play on both sides of the line and was equally effective from his defensive tackle and offensive guard position. Hard-hitting Damien Scott punished running backs from the linebacker position. Junior linebacker Jameel Jackson was given the job of calling the defensive signals halfway through the season and showed why he is considered one of the hardest hitters on the team. Senior Marcus Badge's fine hands and quickness made him one of the better two-way players on the Minutemen. On defense, his aggressive play earned him the respect of opposing ball carriers. Ron Baisden made it difficult for the opposing offenses to get into the end zone while coming up with team-leading 3 interceptions. His ability to catch the football made him a threat from his tight end position. When Raymond Graham wasn't running the veer offense, he did a more than adequate job keeping the opponent from gaining yardage in the Elizabeth secondary. His vicious hits on the opposing ball carriers earned him a spot on the Star Ledger All-State team.
The hottest concert ticket ever. Talk about sold out city.
Excuse me.
Hey, man, I know I'm on the list.
Right.
We'll get some RF on the guitar one. Ground that, please.
If you can't be there, we will. Nobody brings it home like HBO.
Hi, I'm Phil Simms of the Giants.
And I'm New Jersey Governor Tom Kean.
Remember, protect yourself
And others. Don't drink and drive.
Once the Minutemen offense took the field, Graham ran the veer offense to perfection. His quick feet and speed enabled him to elude defenders while turning potential losses into big gains. Graham's 33 completions totaled 732 yards and made him the top-rated quarterback in Union County.
Now from the 8-yard line, Graham with the option, and he carries it himself. Touchdown!
It's the girlfriend.
Graham on the option. And he's going to score a touchdown to end the game. on the option, decides to keep it, and does his little dance that he's famous for and gets away, still on his feet.
The senior quarterback ran the triple option to perfection and had the luxury of giving the football to two talented halfbacks. Senior halfback Moses Ergel showed equal ability running the ball up the middle as well as to the outside, while leading the team in scoring with 48 points.
Pass from Graham to Ergel, and he is going in for a touchdown. Nazario, the pitch back to Ergel, number 24, who gets some running room along the left side. Moses Ergel off to the races.
Rashid Thomas made it impossible for the defense to key on Graham or Ergel. His breakaway speed and shifty moves enabled him to run away from opposing defenses. When the two halfbacks weren't carrying the ball, they were playing key roles in the Minutemen defensive backfield. The success of Elizabeth's offense in 1987 was a direct result of a talented offensive line. Led by senior Eric Portis, the Minutemen offensive front possessed tremendous size and quickness. Guards Danny Wansel and Sean McLean opened holes, allowing the veer option to operate successfully up the middle. Solid two-way performances gained the co-captains all-state and all-county honors. Tackles Darrell Lowe and Jesse Vickers provided excellent pass blocking and were equally effective driving opposing defensive linemen off the ball. Offensive linemen Ira Powell, Anthony Vecchia, and Arnez McQuarrie displayed their ability to open up holes that resulted in game-breaking plays. When the Elizabeth option offense wasn't in use, the passing game was equally effective in putting points on the board. Larry Morgan, Travis Burns, and Marcus Badgett combined to form one of the deadliest receiving corps in the county. Seniors Larry Morgan and Travis Burns provided circus catches which put points on the scoreboard in crucial situations. Catches like these earned Badgett all-county honors. Multi-talented Dominic Brown was always around the ball, whether it be at his defensive back or his wide receiver position.
I'm John Houston. I have emphysema, so I know how precious lungs are. Take care of your lungs. It's a matter of life and breath.
The American Lung Association.
Teams are won and lost by the special teams. The Minutemen kicking game, led by coach Russ Wychoff, had a trio of talented kickers, with Travis Burns handling the punting and Fernando Delamita splitting the place kicking chores with Carlos Tavera. Tavera not only kicked off, but was in on many plays from his defensive end position. Punter Travis Burns kicked the Minutemen out of fourth down situation and pinned opposing offenses back in their own territory. Seniors Alex Roman and George Otero led the special teams unit, which never allowed the opponent to gain good field position. Lineman Joe Ray contributed time on both sides of the ball, playing center and tackle on offense and defensive tackle on defense. Sophomore Malik Jackson showed his ability to find a ball carrier and was equally effective when called on to run the ball. Senior Malik Abdulhamid pressured quarterbacks from his nose guard position. Sutan Holmes contributed fine play on the defensive line, which helped shut out 3 opponents. This year's Elizabeth High School football team will graduate 18 seniors, and Coach Jerry Moore will look towards some talented underclassmen to fill the vacant spots in 1988.
Travis Burns, tight end defensive end senior. Marcus Badgett, strong safety, good end, I'm a senior.
Raymond Graham, free safety, quarterback, senior.
Alex Roman, wide receiver, cornerback, senior.
George Otero, center, linebacker, senior.
Dorello, tackle, senior. Eric Porter, center, defensive end, nose guard, senior. Sutan Holmes, tackle, senior.
Ron Baisden, tight end, defensive back, senior.
Larry Morgan, tight end, defensive end, senior. Danny Wansaw, guard and inside linebacker, senior.
Sean McClain, defensive end and guard.
Fernando De Almeida, kicker, senior.
Carlos Tavera, senior, kicker, and defensive end.
My name is Malik Abdulhamid. I'm a nose guard on defense and offensive guard. I'm a senior.
My name is Curtis Wallace. I'm a senior. I'm the head student trainer for the Elizabeth High football team.
Championship teams are built around good quarterbacks. Carlos Nazario, Robert Drake, and Wayne Washington will be some of the candidates battling for next year's quarterback job. Nazario filled in accurately for Graham in 1987 and could be seeing action on the Minutemen offense along with receiver Carlos Torres. Halfback Samaj Blow, James Caraway, and Thomas Soar showed their fine running ability in the Veer offense. Khalid Thomas and Jaleel Grady contributed fine play in the special teams. Underclassmen Terry Hanratty, Merle Armstrong, and Darrell Jackson showed their speed and aggressiveness on the kickoff team. On defense, Michael Morales and Wayne Neal will continue to make 1988's defense an aggressive unit.
Making the tough one. That's what the Marines are all about. Try out for the varsity. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Although the '87 season was a disappointment as far as winning a championship, the entire Elizabeth High School football team and coaching staff have a lot to be proud of. The only loss that was acquired on the playing field was a 2-point loss to #1 ranked Union, while the Minutemen totally dominated the remaining opponents. Finishing the year with a record of 6-1 on the field, along with a final ranking of 5th in the state, the Elizabeth football program looks forward to a challenging 1988 season.